Could that Nets team win the championship? The Nets team we saw last night.
Oh, yeah, they could win the championship. They play like that. First of all, let's give props where props is due. Kyrie Irving was a showstopper. He was absolutely, positively sensational. He put on the show. He was box office the way we know he can be. Box office. The efficiency of Kevin Durant. The man had 28 points on 13 shots. Hit 11 of his 13 shots, okay? This is Kevin Durant. And, of course, James Harden putting in a triple-double with 23, 14, and 11. It was just special to see, no question about it. And to see the Nets go up and then Brooklyn to run off 13 straight, led by Kyrie coming off the bench, dropping 2 threes and another bucket. Kevin Durant putting in a couple of threes. James Harden hitting a 3 as well. They were just abusing Nicholas Batum. I mean, everybody that he was guarding in the fourth quarter seemed to be able to score. But the offensive firepower that the Brooklyn Nets have, again, their defense doesn't need to be horrid. It doesn't need to be god-awful. But this team can give up 120 points a night and still win because we see that they can outscore anybody on the planet. They are the #1 offense in basketball. Last night was a display as to why that is. And in order to beat them, you're going to have to be able to stop them. And I don't know anybody that can look at those 3 dudes, that big 3 in Brooklyn, and say definitively, we can stop them. Of course, the Lakers should be the favorites, but it's by a hair simply because of the offensive juggernaut that they are. They don't have to change a damn thing to get to the finals. They are coasting. They're coming out of the East. They're going to the NBA Finals. In order to win it, if last night, you're asking me, play like that and they could win? Yes, as constructed, playing offense like that, they can win the championship. I don't know if they'd be able to against the Lakers offensively, but they could win a championship without making a move if they can play offense like that every night.
They cannot win the championship unless they make a move. The roster as currently constructed can't win it all this year. Let me start by saying they, since the Harden trade, have been the best offense ever in the history of the NBA since the Harden trade. And it's not hard to believe when you have 3 guys who can all get their own shot at elite historical levels and hit the shots from anywhere on the floor, the free throw anywhere. 3-point range doesn't matter. And then none of those 3 are even the best shooter on the team because you got Joe Harris on the same squad, right? And you have a guy like Jeff Green, who when you play him as a 4, really, they're playing him at the 5 because they just don't have a 5, really, who can play big minutes. He's much better than when he was a wing player earlier in his career. Their offense is ridiculous, and Kyrie Irving put on a show. Kyrie Irving puts on the best show in basketball, period, any level. Best show that anyone puts on in the game is Kyrie Irving, and he did his thing last night. But, guys, what was that thing? Let's be honest right now. They're playing a Clippers team 6 games into a road trip that was playing their 5th game in 7 nights. 5th game in 7 nights. So this is not like a refreshed, normal kind of Clippers team you're going to face. And not only that, but with the Nets playing like that, with Kyrie playing like that, with James Harden, that heads-up full-court pass that put them up, with the Nets playing like that, Paul George had an open look at 3 to tie the game. Like, the Nets got a little lucky. Paul George missed that shot just to win that game last night. I'm never questioning the Nets offense. And I got more news for you. The Nets offense is going to get better. By the playoffs, it's going to be better than this. They're going to be more used to playing together. But Stephen A., they're not going to get to the finals, let alone win it, with the worst defense ever. And right now, they're on pace to have the worst defense ever since the Harden trade. The defensive possession is not over until you secure the board. You got to secure that ball. And they're not getting defensive rebounds at the very least. They got to bring someone in who can do that by the deadline.
There's so much to teach you about the game of basketball, Max Kellerman. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.